Hey guys, so I'm here talking about 13 Reasons Why, and I never made that video for episode 13, and I kept meaning to. I got really busy that night, and then the next day, and the next day, and now here we are, like 2 or 3 days later. Um, but I mainly want to talk about something about the show in general. I mean, I'll start by just saying my thoughts on the 13th episode. I liked it. It was mostly a great conclusion. I really liked that he talked to Sky at the end. Finally, I liked how they set that up, and that it was like an uplifting ending to a pretty depressing show. And then, they added the cliffhanger with Alex dying and all that. Spoilers. But and then I was like, why'd you do that? And I left it open for a second season, and I guess that's going to be a thing, and I don't really want it to be a thing, but who knows, maybe they'll come out with the second season, and I'll be blown away and be really glad that it happened. Anyway, what I want to talk about is just the controversy surrounding the show. Look, I get the arguments against it for the most part. The thing is obviously there's warnings before the triggering episodes. And then people's argument beyond that is just the spirit of the show, and that, like, that talking about, oh yeah, Hannah's sadistic because she sends everybody on this treasure hunt and gives them these tapes and makes them jump through all these hoops. And my thing is, like, at what point does this show try to clearly state objectively that Hannah's a good person? It doesn't. Obviously she has issues. Obviously that's not okay that she did it this way. Obviously, I will say she's as bad as half the people on the tapes. But like, that's okay. You can tell a story about somebody who is not objectively the good guy. That's not, like, I don't understand what's wrong with that as an art piece. I don't understand why everybody is backlashing so hard against something that doesn't make things black and white. Like, that's the way life is. Newsflash. And, it's just, it really sucks that people are backlashing so hard against the show. Because another thing that it does do very well is it really does not shy away from the ugliness of what depression looks like, of what suicide looks like, of what sexual abuse looks like, of it delves into these things, and it doesn't show you the pretty side or gloss over the ugly sides. It shows you what it is. And that's my favorite thing. Is another thing that they talk about is, yes, they show the suicide on screen in episode 13, and that was hard for me to watch. That was really hard for me to watch. Actually, funny enough, well, there's nothing funny about that, but, while just the fact that it was a suicide on screen was already hard for me to watch, the hardest thing for me was just the way she does it. She slits her wrist, and I have a thing about wrists. I'm like, I feel that, and I'm like, oh no, and that was bad. But I did love the way they did it, because it really, she did that, and then she dies in the bathtub, and then her parents come in and start crying, all this stuff, and it, like, shows you, like, definitively, like, this suicide, it's not a pretty death. It's not it's so blah, blah, blah. Like, no, it's ugly, and it sucks, and there's no real benefit to it at all. It just causes pain. And that was that was ultimately, like, they showed that, and then somehow people then argue that, oh, this show's glamorizing suicide. I'm like, no, I don't know, man. Look, if you don't like the show, like, that's fine. I get it. Like, whatever. We're all allowed to have our own opinions. That's no worries. But, like, don't hate on it so much because it's doing things it shouldn't be, because it's not. It's telling a story, and it's telling it objectively, and not giving you one person's side and not another's. It definitely, to me, had everybody in a moral gray area, and I really liked that it was, like, talking about it, like, yeah, who's really at fault? Well, obviously, ultimately, Hannah is, but at the same time, these other people did these things, blah, blah, but also Hannah, is, like, trying to make them hurt the way she did, and that's not really okay either, and it's like, oh, wow, huh. And then it's unraveling a mystery the whole time of, like, why is everybody on the tapes? What did they do to her? What did and, like, I don't know. Yeah, once again, like, that's the thing. It's like the people who are like, no, I can't handle watching these things. Like, that's fine. I understand that. Absolutely, don't watch it then. Like, that's not for you. There's plenty of shows that don't show this kind of thing, that you can go watch. But for the people who watched it and didn't have a hard time watching it, just didn't like that it did this, this, and this, and are angry at the show for that. First of all, I should say it's based on a book. If you didn't know, like, if you watch a trailer, it shows you clear, based on the best-selling novel, as clear as day, right there. So be mad at the author, I guess, if you're gonna be mad at anybody, not the producers of the show, or the writers or the actors or whatever. Also, I would encourage you to go watch the 13 Reasons Why, Beyond the Reasons. It's on Netflix too. It's just a 29-minute like thing that's just a little behind the scenes and talks about why they did all the things they do. Something that was actually really cool about that is the seeing the actor who plays Bryce Walker. Like, talk about how, like, he was really glad this thing was happening and all that. That humanized him some to me. I was like, oh, that's right, you're an actor, and you actually seem like a cool guy who would never do the things Bryce did in that show, I hope. Not that I know you personally to know that for sure, but anyway. So yeah, that's how I feel about it. And yeah. So if you guys haven't noticed, I've rebranded the channel. It's kind of weird. I'm just trying something new. And I'm going to spend a good part of today. I'm going to try to think about what the next video I want to make is, and then do that within the next couple days. So thanks for watching, and I will see you again next time. Bye-bye.